laugh at the jokes, but I can do impressions with it. Arr. Long John Silver. Anybody who knows, who's ever had a cast or had crutches, you'll always get questions. What's the matter? You know, what happened? I have this for life. So I decided to play jokes with it along the way. I've had kids come up to me in superstores, going around with my cart. I came around a corner and a kid said, "Wow! Wow! Wow! Mom, wow!" And the mother said, "Shut up!" So I walked over to the kid, because this has happened to me on other occasions. And I went over to the kid and I said, "Pretty neat, eh?" And he goes, "Yeah. What happened?" I said, "I was in an accident, but this helps me walk." I said, "But when I finish grocery shopping, I'm going out to the parking lot, turn into a car and drive us home." And I just walked away. Now my wife, when I got away from this small child, said, "You can't be doing that with the kids." I said, "Why not?" I said, "I can have some fun." "You said car. You're far too big for a car."
Oh!
Thanks. I've had other people come up to me and say, you know, "Is that one of those running legs? You know, the carbon fiber whip?" So I looked at it. Does that look like a whip? Do I look like I run? Of course, my response back to them is, "Not while it's attached to me, it's not." I was sitting outside of a certain cell phone store that I won't say its name, but it rhymes with hell. And I'm texting away, and I'm actually in a seated position, and a guy came by and same question again. "Is that a prosthetic leg?" I said, "No, I'm getting shitty service and they gave me this as an antenna." There was another opportunity. He said, a guy came by, he's got his iPod on, he bumped into me, he kind of backed off. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Is that one of those fake legs?" I said, "No, man. I wasn't getting enough room on my iPod, so they gave me this so I could bump it up some more. They call it an iStump. You should get one." Another impression. "Come on, kids, play safe." Now there's a big ordeal when I went to go through to get these walking legs, first aid, whatever you want to call it. My wife was involved. There's medical people sitting in the room, and we sit back and we try to figure out what my life is like, and that's how they pick out what type of device you'll get. So as I said, you know, do you run? You know, how active are you and all the rest of it. So they pick out, you know, what different devices go with which to put this all together. My wife's in the room, once again, you know, and I asked her for some input, you know, "Is there anything you want to know about this?" She said, "Well, can you put on an attachment to do something like, I don't know, dishes, shovel the driveway, make me come?" We've been married for 25 years. So she has to have a sense of humor being married to a man like me. You know, very supportive. She only buys comforters with the lines going up instead of going across, so we can both come up thinner in bed. So it's kind of nice. Now, we just recently had our anniversary. It was 25 years. Especially the girls, they say, you know, "What did you do for your anniversary?" I said, "Well, I bought her some flowers. I took her out to one of the local restaurants, one of the higher end ones. I didn't take her through a drive-through. That was my first option." So as I said, you know, well, what happened next? It's been 25 years. She put on another layer of flannel. And to spice up in the bedroom, we got to play, "If you can get it in, you can finish." Now, as much as my life has changed with this, it's really the same. Now, we have 2 adult children, as I said. One of them left the house and he came back, and he brought a girlfriend and moved her in. And we really didn't talk about it. He just kind of, she stayed over one night, and then a couple of nights later she stayed over another night. And next thing you know, she's been there for the week. So we really didn't put any boundaries around it, so there's no real discussion around this. So for the girls in here, this was the conversation that if you happen to do this with your boyfriend, that their fathers are having with their sons. I sat my son down and said, well, you didn't really ask me, and this is kind of new territory for me because as young as I am, the old school thing is that we weren't allowed to do this when I was your age here. So what I need you to know is that, or what question I'd like to answer first is that, listen, how much do you really want to know about my sex life? Well, none, you know, really. I want to know the same amount about yours. So if I hear anything coming out of your bedroom, you will need a therapist in 25 years to get it out of your head. You could have a library in this room, I swear. I don't know what they did, I don't know when they did it, but it wasn't around me.